So, boys, so these are some buffer solution based concepts. So yesterday we completed some theoretical concepts about your buffer solutions. So buffer solutions are three types: acidic buffer, basic buffer, and neutral buffer. Neutral buffer is nothing but, so it is the salt of weak acid and weak base. Salt of weak acid and weak base. Okay, see boys. So please consider this point. It is a note point. What happened here? So let us take H3PO3. It is a polyprotic acid, my boys. That means more than one H plus ion is coming out from that acid during the titrations or during the reactions. So see here. So it is a tribasic acid, polyprotic acid. 3 H plus ions are coming out and step by step. So for first condition, that is Ka1 is the dissociation constant in first case. Ka2 is the dissociation constant of second case. Ka3 is the dissociation constant of third case. Already I explained in my previous video. So okay. So Ka1, Ka2, Ka3 are the dissociation constants of that H3PO4. Okay. Now this H3PO4, it is weak acid, my dear boys, is titrated with NaOH, which is a strong base, monoacidic base, strong base. So that means different reactions may take place. So at the beginning, we consider only H3PO4. This H3PO4 acts as weak acid. That's why to calculate at the beginning case, H3PO4 as weak acid. So weak acid basic nature we should calculate with the help of, because first ionization may take place, pH is equal to 1/2, pKa1 minus log CNE. It is the pH calculation for weak acid. So weak acid. So Ka1 condition is only applicable, Ka1 condition, because first ionization takes place. What is Ka1? See here, H3PO4 first breakdown into H2PO4 minus and H plus N. H3PO4 minus plus H plus N. So this is Ka1, this is dissociation Ka1. Now this H3PO4 once again dissociates into HPO4 minus 2 plus one more H plus ion is coming out. This is Ka2, second case. Next, this HPO4 once again break down into PO4 3 minus, and once again H plus is coming out. It is Ka3. Ka3. Ka1, Ka2, Ka3. So these are the dissociations. So at the beginning only first dissociation takes place. That is why Ka1 is used. pH is equal to 1/2 pKa minus log CNE. It is weak acid pH calculation method. Weak acid pH calculation method. That is already we completed at the time of pH of weak acid state. Next. Now this H3PO4 reacts with NaOH. So that gives, so this one reacts with NaOH. That gives NaH2PO4 is the product. So this is the salt, my dear boys. So this is weak acid and its conjugate salt is a buffer, NaH2PO4. So this is nothing but buffer pH, acidic buffer and weak acid, and it's a salt with a strong base. It is a buffer. So this buffer formula, acidic buffer concept. So pH is equal to pKa1, because first dissociation only takes place. pKa1 plus log salt concentration. This is salt from this H2PO4 minus concentration, because conjugate base, and H3PO4 concentration. Salt concentration by acid concentration. So this is buffer. This is at the beginning weak acid only. Now NaH2PO4 is formed. This NaH2PO4 acts as a solvent. So salt of weak acid and strong base. Salt of weak acid and strong base. So already first dissociation takes place. If it is involved in second case, second dissociation possible. That is why. So for this salt, so pH is equal to like this, pKa1 plus pKa2/2. And please try to mind, my dear boys. So this is first, there is Ka1 completed. Now it is involved. Ka2 is completed. Will be takes place. And that is why it is the average of Ka1 plus Ka2, pKa1 plus pKa2, which is pH. Now this NaH2PO4, it is acidic salt, and its salt also acts as buffer. So this is its a saltant. So it is acid, it is weak acid, and it is a conjugate base. So in this conjugate base, it is a minus 2 Ra. This is conjugate base. This is minus 1 Ra. So this weak acid, this conjugate base combination gives buffer. So buffer condition is applicable. Here second dissociation takes place. That is why pKa2 condition is applicable. Therefore pH is equal to pKa2 plus log salt concentration, that is HPO4 minus concentration by acid concentration, that is H2PO4 minus concentration. Here this one acts as buffer. Here this one acts as buffer. Now NaHPO4 Ra. So that is itself it is identified. This is nothing but salted. Second dissociation already completed. So further dissociation, that is third dissociation is possible, and therefore it is the average of pKa2 plus pKa3 by 3. So it's pH. These are the different ways, and they are different situations to calculate pH cases. Now NaH2PO4. This is acid. It is its conjugate base. Here PO4 minus 3. Here HPO4 minus. It is weak acid. It is its conjugate base. These combinations acts as buffer. That buffer. So here third dissociation takes place. pH is equal to pKa3 plus log salt concentration by acid concentration. So this is buffer solution cases. This is buffer solution. At last, Na3PO4 is available. This Na3PO4, it is nothing but salt of weak acid plus strong base, and no further dissociation takes place. It is a purely salt, and not acidic salt. So that means it is salt. So it is by the combination of strong base and weak acid. Finally, the solution is basic in nature. Salt hydrolysis condition is applicable. That salt hydrolysis, during that salt hydrolysis, at the time of salt of weak acid and strong base, the pH is greater than 7. So greater than 7, the pH is calculated like this. pH is equal to 7 plus 1 by 2, pKa3 plus log CN, because last constant condition is applicable. So these are the different cases in polybasic acids and polyprotic acids. So here weak acid, buffer, weak acid, buffer, weak acid, buffer, but at least last is salt. So this is the way to identify. So pH of different cases in case of polyprotic acids. Okay, so this is very important. This is very important. Okay, Sunil sir, please down your hands. Now, the next and most important topic in buffer solutions is that is buffer capacity. After completion of this topic, we will do some problems based on this topic. That is buffer solution. So the last topic in buffer solutions is buffer capacity. Okay. So what is this buffer capacity? Buffer capacity indicated is beta. Buffer capacity. So before going to take the definition, I will take an explanation. So after that, you should automatically take the definition. You will tell the definition. See here. Let us take a 1 liter. It is fixed rate. 1 liter buffer solution. Let us take 1 liter buffer solution. Let it be its pH value is equal to 4 Ra. So let it be. All these conditions are let it be. Let us consider a 1 liter buffer solution whose pH value is 4. Now for this, I am adding strong base. For example, 0.2 moles strong base is added. 0.2 moles strong base is added. Now what happened is pH of this buffer, because the solution basic nature increases. As basic nature increases, pH should be increased. Is the solution pH value increased or decreased or remains constant? Tell me, boys. Is the pH value remains constant or increases or decreases? So by the addition of that 0.2 moles, strong base, yes, constant, because it is a buffer solution. Addition of little amount of strong acid or strong base or on dilution, there is no change in pH. That's why it is a little amount of base, strong base is added. That's why pH value is not changed, it remains constant. Yes, all of you correct. Remains constant. Now, further, one more 0.2 moles is added. One more 0.2 moles is added. What happened, my dear boys? Okay, so that means something more. Maybe constant. Yes, good, my dear boys. Maybe constant, not exactly, we don't tell. Because furthermore means, so more amount of acid is added, not little amount, something more amount of acid is there. So let us take, this is constant. We assume this one as constant. Further 0.2 moles is added. That means, no doubt, the buffer bursts itself. So not trying to oppose, maybe the pH value changes. So maybe the pH value change means basic nature of this chemical increases, the salt increases. As basic nature increases, pH of the solution no doubt should be increased, because more and more acids of base is added. So now that means how much is totally added? 0.6 moles is added. 0.6 moles. So at this 0.6 moles, the pH value now becomes pH is equal to 5.38. Let us assume, my dear boys, pH is equal to 4.38. pH is equal to 4.3. Okay. Now one more, something 0.4 moles further added. 0.4 moles further added. Now how much totally added? That is 1 mole is added. 1 mole total added. So that means pH value is changed to 4.6. That means basic nature something increase. Further 3 moles added. So that means total 4 moles added. So after addition of these 4 moles, now the pH value, final pH value is equal to 5. The final pH value is equal to 5. That means is pH of the buffer solution increased or decreased, my dear boys, here in our explanation? pH value increased or decreased? No doubt increases. How much value is increased? Yes, 1. The difference of the pH change is 1 end. For this increase in pH, for one value increasing, for 1 liter buffer solution, how many moles of that strong base is added? How many total moles of that strong base is added? Yes, 4 moles. That means to change the pH value, that is delta pH, let us assume, delta pH. To change the delta pH value is equal to 1. Now, number of moles strong base required is equal to 4 moles. Am I correct? Number of moles of strong base required to change the pH value by 1 unit for that 1 liter solution. So required is 4 liters. So let us assume this is first buffer solution. Let it be a solution. Okay. Now let us consider a B solution. Another B solution. It also 1 liter. So its pH also, pH is equal to, let it be 4, just like previous case. So to change its pH value, that is from 4 to 5, that means delta pH is equal to 1. So it required strong base. That strong base is 10 moles required. 10 moles required. That means after addition of 10 moles, the pH value is changed by a unit of 1 unit by change. Now so it required 10 moles. It required 4 moles. Why? Which buffer has greater resistance towards the change in pH? Is this A or B? Which solution has greater resistance towards the change in pH. That means here for 4 moles it is automatically changed in. But at 10 moles, that means this resistance power is high end. Am I correct or wrong? The resistance to change the pH of that solution by the addition of strong acid is very high in case of B solution. In case of B solution. That means among A and B, which one is good buffer? What is buffer action? What is buffer? Which resists the change in pH? So if the resistance power is high, that should be the good buffer. So among A and B, which one is the good buffer? Which one is the good buffer? Yes, that is B is the good buffer. B is the good buffer. Okay, so the number of moles, see here, I am explaining the statement. I will give the statement for this buffer capacity. See here, the number of moles of acid or base, strong acid or strong base, the number of moles of strong acid or strong base required for 1 liter of buffer solution to change its pH value by 1 unit. To change its pH value by 1 unit is called as buffer capacity. Is called as buffer capacity. What is buffer capacity? That is the number of moles of strong acid or strong base. It is better to go with the number of, not number of moles, my dear boys, number of gram equivalents. The number of gram equivalents of the strong acid or strong base required for 1 liter buffer solution to change its pH value by 1 unit is called as buffer. That is buffer capacity. So buffer capacity. See here, I am writing the statements. What is this buffer capacity? That is the number of moles of strong acid or strong base required for 1 liter buffer solution to change its pH value by 1 unit, either increase or decrease, whatever it may be, by 1 unit is called buffer capacity. Is called buffer capacity. So did you catch my point, my dear boys? Yes, it is better. It is in case of number of moles, it is better with gram equivalents. Gram equivalents of because our calculation is totally based on gram equivalents only. So, but our textbooks and all number of moles are used, but during calculations we must use gram equivalents. That is why we are taking gram equivalents. No problem. Okay, that is the number of moles of strong acid or strong base required for 1 liter buffer solution. It is important, my dear boys. Restricted to 1 liter only. It is the standard value for 1 liter buffer solution to change its pH value by 1 unit is called as buffer capacity, which is beta. Therefore, beta is equal to number of moles of strong acid or strong base for 1 liter solution by change in bufferant. Change in pH, not buffer, change in pH. This is the formula used to calculate buffer capacity. So buffer capacity beta is equal to number of moles of strong acid or strong base per 1 liter solution by change in pH. If this change in pH value is equal to 1, now this value is equal to buffer capacity. That is what I told to you previously. Okay, that is 1 end. Therefore, number of moles of strong acid or number of moles of strong base required per 1 liter solution to change its pH value by 1 unit is called as buffer capacity. So this is explained detailedly. So with some explanation, some explanations. So this is important, my dear boys. Please keep in mind. Please keep in mind. So what is this? Boys, see here. So what is this meaning? Number of moles of strong acid or strong base per 1 liter solution How much volume of solution should be required? Only 1 liter solution. What is that solution? Buffer solution. Buffer solution by change in pH. If this change in pH denominator value is equal to 1, that is the change in pH is equal to 1, that means by 1 unit, this number of moles is nothing but buffer capacity. So buffer capacity is nothing but a quantitative explanation. How much capacity, how much capacity is there for that buffer to resist its change in pH. It is the resistance power of that buffer solution to change its pH value. So more is the number of moles required, that is a good buffer. Therefore, buffer capacity is directly proportional to number of moles added. More moles required, more is the buffer capacity. More is the buffer capacity. Buffer capacity is directly proportional to number of moles added. So that is number of moles of strong acid or strong base added to this. So that means more moles is required to change pH value 1. That is the best buffer. Okay. Now how to explain the concept? So I will explain with detailed derivative part. See here. See boys, let's listen carefully. Let's 1 liter of buffer solution, 1 liter of buffer solution contains A moles of weak acid. So let us take if that weak acid is CH3COH. A moles of weak acid and B moles of salt. That is nothing but CH3COOH N here. B moles of salt. Now automatically we understood that this is weak acid by boys. This is it's a salt with strong base. The buffer solution should be acidic buffer. It is nothing but an acidic buffer. For acidic buffer, the pH calculating formula is pH is equal to pKa of the weak acid plus log salt concentration by acid concentration. This is what I derived yesterday. pH is equal to pKa plus log salt concentration by acid concentration. That means I apply the condition, that is pH. So at the beginning I am taking pH 1 initially. So that is equal to pKa plus log salt concentration. This is salt made by, so how many moles is taken? B and D. B by, so how much moles of weak acid is taken? Era. So this is B by era. So this is pH 1, initial pH of the solution. It is the initial pH of the solution. Okay. Now to this, something acid is added. As acid is added, acidic nature of the solution increases. Because it is buffer, a little amount, the pH value is not changed, but more and more is added, no doubt pH will change. That is, the change is a decrease in pH. Because as acidic nature increases, pH decreases. Therefore, for this new pH, now let X moles of HCl is added. See my dear boys, is HCl, listen carefully, a rule is applied here and I want to explain that rule. See here, is HCl strong acid or strong base? It is a strong acid. Is this buffer acidic buffer or basic buffer? Acidic buffer. Acidic buffer or basic buffer? It is acidic buffer. So this rule, this is acid. So listen boys, I will explain easily. So AAA rule is applicable. AAA, how sir? What is this AAA? Okay, for acidic buffer, first A is nothing but acidic buffer. For acidic buffer, for strong acid, second one is strong acid. If strong acid is added to acidic buffer, that means its acid concentration increases. So first A is nothing but acidic buffer, second A is nothing but strong acid, third A is nothing but concentration of weak acid. That means, so something strong acid is added to acidic buffer, so the concentration of acid increases, automatically concentration of salt decreases. Concentration of salt decreases, concentration of acid increases. If base is added, reverse case study. So what is that? ABA case study. If base is added, for acidic buffer, base is added, concentration of acid decreases, concentration of salt increases. So very, very important. Please mind this one. Triple A. What is this triple A, my dear boys? Listen. Triple A rule. What is the triple A rule? If strong acid is added to acidic buffer, concentration of acid increases by that much value and concentration of salt is decreased by that much value. New pH is, therefore, pH of this solution after addition of this X moles, that is taken as pH 2 only, which is equal to pKa, that is not changed, plus log, actually salt concentration decreases, acid concentration increases, so that is B minus X by A plus X. This is what I told yesterday. This is what I told yesterday. So this is the new pH, my dear boys. This is the new pH. Okay. Triple A rule is applicable. A. For acidic buffer, if strong acid is added, acid concentration increases. Weak acid concentration increases. Exactly base added, acid concentration decreases. For basic buffer, triple B rule is applicable. For basic buffer, base is added, base concentration increases. Triple B condition. Okay. So for acid added, like this end. Please mind it. It is a very, very important way. So this is the second pH. Now I want to change, find out the change in pH. Therefore, change in pH is equal to pH 2 minus pH 1, which is taken as delta pH. Which is taken as delta pH, that is equal to 2. This one minus this one, my dear boys. Therefore, pKa plus log B minus X by A plus X minus pKa minus log B by A. This pKa cancelled. So that is equal to log B minus X by A plus X. So it is inverse, that is plus log A by B. Log A by B. So that implies log B minus X by A plus X into A by B. It is the new pH. Therefore, change in pH value any. So this is the most important formula, my dear boys, to find out change in pH. If you find out the change in pH, how many moles of that acid is added? That is X. X by this delta pH, that is equal to buffer capacity. Therefore, beta is equal to acid, number of moles of acid is added per 1 liter by delta pH is the buffer capacity. It is the way to calculate pH conditions. It is the way to calculate pH of that buffer solution. Okay. So most important formula, my dear boys. So it is very, very important. Okay, next. There are some other formulas also available and no need of the derivations. I am writing that formula. Please see here. That is, no need of that. Buffer capacity is equal to X by delta pH. It is one formula. Next, also beta is equal to 2.303. No need of derivation, boys. Please try to mind. So concentration of buffer, that is C buffer ending. Concentration of buffer into Ka into H plus ion concentration by Ka plus H plus concentration whole power 200. It is another way, and if H plus concentration, those are given to you. Okay. Next, here, what is this C buffer end? What is this C buffer? That is nothing but concentration of buffer. That is nothing but total concentration of buffer end. Total concentration of buffer. That is nothing but so concentration of acid plus concentration of salt end, which is nothing but total concentration of buffer. Which is nothing but total concentration of buffer. Okay. Next, buffer maximum end. Buffer maximum is equal to 2.303. Please mind, my dear boys, 2.303 into concentration of buffer by 4. So it is important end. Maximum buffer capacity. Beta maximum is equal to 2.303 into concentration of buffer by 4. Buffer by 4. Next and important, that is buffer capacity of solution of strong acid or strong base. Buffer capacity of solution of strong acid or strong base. Strong acid or strong base. Either strong acid or strong base, that is beta is equal to 2.303 into H plus concentration plus OH minus concentration of the solution. It is very, very important, my dear boys. H plus concentration plus OH minus the concentration of the solution. So it is in case of strong acid or strong base. For all other buffer solutions, these are the formulae. The general buffer, general case is beta is equal to number of moles of strong acid or strong base per 1 liter solution by change in pH. It is general formula. It is general formula. These are the important formulae required to find out the pH of it is to find out the buffer capacity of the solution.